It is time for my audio to just cut out on me. So technical errors, and I have to admit, it's probably, not probably, I know it's entirely user error. I don't know what I'm doing. I am just trying to figure out a lot of this video stuff and YouTube stuff, and I did not have my microphone set up properly, so it cut out a lot of what I was trying to say, and I tried chatting a lot during this, and now it's been a few days because I filmed this on October 1st at the beginning of Inktober, and I don't remember exactly what I said. It probably was not that important. It was probably a lot of just blabbering about because I'm just trying to get better at chatting a little bit while I'm drawing and painting. Not very good at it. Anyways, I've wanted to come in and record my Inktober challenges this year, just for myself. And I'm not going to let my microphone and audio issues deter me. So I am set to do this. And unfortunately, I had a few bad days of it. So I'm going to be doing voiceover for what I have so far. So here I am, day one of Inktober, and the prompt was crystal. And so I just kept it really, really simple. I just did some Jane Davenport ink for the purple, and I went in with some India ink, and I'm using my dip pen to outline everything. And I know one of the things I talked about was just how much I enjoy the dip pen. I don't use it all that much, but I always enjoy it. And so that's one thing with an Inktober. I always make sure I pull it out and use it for some stuff. And I need to just make it in my regular rotation practice. It's just one of those things that you have to be at a desk because obviously you have a well of ink that you have to use with it. And so, if you're sketching on the couch or something, it doesn't work as well. But anyways, so yeah, here I am just finishing up my little crystal that I sketched here, just doing it really, really simple. I ended up outlining it with some yellow paint, and I'm not sure I liked it that much, honestly. I only did that for day one. So far, for my other days, I decided I am not gonna. Anyways, here we are, October 2nd, starting out, and I am, learning. I'm just learned how to add that text because all the talking, obviously, it got wiped out. So at least I'm playing with and learning a few more things on video. Anyway, talk about a hot mess of a video this is going to turn out to be. But you know what? That's okay. I'm determined. I think through the pandemic, I decided to start this YouTube channel, and I have tinkered around with it, and I'm learning. It's very slow learning process, and so that's what I'm attributing this to. So my plan is to try and film a little bit every day, hopefully every day, or most days of this month. It's not going to be anything very detailed. I'm just trying to capture what I'm working on for Inktober, and I do work full time. So a lot of this that I'm doing is early in the morning. My family's usually still asleep, and I'm just trying to get in a little bit of art time in before I have to get ready to go to work. So the lighting's probably not that great, and whatever camera time you're going to see me on, I'm going to be just freshly up, no makeup, no hair, maybe brush, maybe not. It's not going to be super pretty, but I still want to do it. I still just want to document it. And, now I'm saying all that, I should probably talk a little bit about what I'm drawing here. This was for day two's prompt, and I'm still using the Inktober prompts. Today's day was suit, and so I decided to sketch out this little suit of armor here. And so I outlined everything with my dip pen first with the India ink because I know it's permanent. It's not going to smear. And then I have this little water brush that I have some diluted ink in, and I'm using that to kind of shade in and then spread it out with my paintbrush. I'll go in with straight ink a little bit too to darken up areas with the paintbrush, and I'm just kind of adding layers and going round slowly, adding stuff, and just trying to get something down, get a little bit of practice in. And I kind of liked how this thing turned out. It was still, like I said, just keeping it simple, keeping it very, very simple, because I'm trying to do this in the morning. This was, I think, on a Saturday. Wasn't October 2nd on a Saturday? Yes, I believe so. So I had a little bit more time, but I still did this in, I don't know, probably less than 20 minutes. I have gone through and sketched out a lot of the prompts already, and so you can kind of see it a little bit there. I used a blue pencil and just have some outlines so that I'm just on the day coming in and adding my ink, adding my details, coloring it in, doing that kind of thing, and not really focusing so much on sketching for the day. And so I have several prompts already done like that, and that's pretty much the plan. I need to do some more to get the end of the month set up. And this year I'm doing the Inktober prompts for the most part. I'm not going to do all of them. I'm going to jump around between some other lists. On this one here, you saw I have a silver gel pen that I decided to use for my highlights. Instead of using a white pen, I just wanted to use something a little bit different, and I kind of like that, how it turned out. It was kind of cute. Obviously on camera you don't see it quite as much as in person, but that's just the way it works sometimes. So yeah, there was day 2 done, or maybe not. Again, voicing over instead of talking about it, instead of getting all my comments when I was actually doing it. You have me sitting here watching it, trying to chatter about it. Anyways, I guess maybe I should just be quiet and put on some music for a little while. Alright, so on October 3rd, and today I'm using some walnut ink here that I made. I had some crystals that you dissolve in water to make the walnut ink, and I did that for last year, so I have this big jar of it that I'm still using. And then I also have some of the Bombay India inks that I got this year in Art Snacks Midnight box. And then some of the marabou that came from Art Snacks Inktober box last year. So it's a combination. It's mostly going to be the walnut ink, which I really enjoy here. It's this beautiful brown color, and it is not permanent though. It will react with water even after it's dry. But I really like the color, and it's fun to use. I go back and forth. I do a lot more with watercolor, so I've had to learn with inks, India ink or acrylic ink, that it is harder to rework once it's dry, or you can't do it, so you have to work really dry. It's harder to move around the paper, but it moves easily. And this walnut ink, you can still rework it a lot. Very forgiving. So yeah, I'm just doing the ship. So let me talk about the day's prompt for Inktober was vessel, and I've been watching a lot of Vikings lately. I started the series a long time ago. Watched through the end of it, and so lately I've just kind of been on a kick where I've been watching, and so I just had it on the brain. And so for vessel, let me do this, and I want to do a Viking ship. And I'm, since it's not something that I don't think I've ever even drawn a ship, so I am not completely happy with my sketch here, but that's part of the reason I'm doing this Inktober. It's all about learning and experimenting, not just with what you're drawing and what sketches you're doing, but playing with the supplies and seeing how they work. And that's just really what I enjoy Inktober. So I just embrace it and all the flaws that come with it. And now even a layer where I'm trying to record video for it and do this kind of semi-vlog type thing, and all the learning that I'm going to be making with getting videos made, just like the sound and my microphone talking over, and now I have to do this voiceover with it, and just mostly I'm trying to figure out the best way of doing this and doing it within a certain time limit, because that's a big thing too. I'm a busy person like everybody else out there. We have a bunch of different things to do, so just best to do what I can and constantly improve. So this Viking ship I'm working on, I'm just going over in layers and layers and layers, adding more details as I go. This was probably a piece that I spent the most time on out of everything here, but honestly, I'm probably the least satisfied with it. But again, that's okay. This is all just part of the learning process as you go and playing with different things. Again, just using my dip pen to go over and outline everything. Like I've said before, I'm really enjoying the dip pen. I did go over and use some of the walnut ink first in some little bit of areas before I went for my black Indian ink. I guess it goes by both. It depends upon which bottle you're looking at. But anyways, this is my day 3 of Inktober. So going good. Still early, but going good so far. Gonna keep it up. And here we are at October 4th. This is actually today's video that I did. And again, I was still talking, not realizing my settings were not very good. So I'm doing this voiceover, and I don't know if I'm going to finish this video tonight. Probably not. It'll probably still be a couple days before I get it posted, but I think this will be the last day for this video that I'm doing. And today's prompt was not, so I kept it super simple. It's a Monday. I have to get ready for work, and so I'm just, again, had something sketched out, and I'm using my walnut ink here. I just went over and did a light wash, and then I'm going in and adding some of these details with the paintbrush and the ink. I'm planning on still going over it with the dip pen in the black Indian ink, but there's just something about adding those layers in this, those little details and stuff. Even though you're covering them up, it still adds a lot of depth to your image. So I really like the way it looked. And here we are going back in with the dip pen, and I've enjoyed all the posts I've seen on Instagrams of people's art. Starting to feel a little self-conscious that maybe I'm making it too simple, too easy, because some stuff is really amazing. But, I have to get that out of my head, get that self-doubt, and, realize it's all a journey and a process. So anyways, thank you so much for watching this video. And if you're doing Inktober, good luck to you.